As the legislature enters its final few days of deliberations, funding has still not been secured for the 988 Wyoming Suicide Hotline. Your Wyoming Link spoke with mental health experts on why more funding is needed for mental health resources in the Cowboy state.
Mental health issues, specifically suicide, is a reoccurring issue here in the Cowboy state. Today we're talking with Cheyenne locals about the importance of mental health resources and taking a look at the current funding for the 988 Suicide Hotline.
I think it's one of the most important issues that we have in our state.
Andy Somerville is the executive director of the Wyoming Association of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Centers, also known as WAMSAC. She explains why securing long-term funding for the hotline is so crucial.
If you think about a 988 crisis line, the most important time to have that is when maybe people are facing some of the worst hardships. So it's really critical that we keep that line up and going every year.
Although the 988 legislation died in committee last Friday, Andy added that there is still hope for additional funding.
Unfortunately, the 988 legislation that had separate funding in it died last Friday. We do have an annual appropriation right now that's in the budget that was passed by the House and the Senate, and that's working its way through conference committee. We also have an outstanding House budget amendment for $40 million to put in the 988 trust fund that would provide sustainable long-term funding.
Andy added that the main concern is not being able to secure that long-term funding to support the hotline year-round.
What's really important, though, is the long-term sustainable funding. And the concern is that in previous years when the state has had a budget deficit, mental health services have been cut.
One individual, Sharon Elo, says more funding for mental health services will help make Cheyenne a stronger community.
Of course, I think that would be something really important. I think that sometimes people are hesitant to spend extra money on things like that. But really, the more resources that we have that can help people, the better our community can be.
The 988 Suicide Hotline can be reached any time of day, 7 days a week. William Langston, your Wyoming Link, Cheyenne.